One man's making sure that hundreds of our veterans are still being honored years after their deaths. Today he received the very special VFW Citizenship Award at the organization's national convention. The Now's Chris Welch caught up with him as he took his toolkit to one of Tampa's oldest cemeteries.
If you ever find yourself exploring an old Florida cemetery and you hear this sound, chances are you're not far from the hard-working hands of Andrew Loomish.
But I am no longer Andrew. Well, I kind of am, but that's secondary. I am the Good Cemeterian now.
The Good Cemeterian, a fitting nickname for someone who, in a few short years, has restored over 1,500 veterans' headstones to their original glory.
They're essentially living museums, and you can touch history here, and there are stories behind each stone. These are all Union soldiers who fought during the Civil War.
The physical transformation is one thing.
The stories are everything.
This particular stone,
Mr. Hutchins was a teenager when he served with the Union Army during the Civil War.
Over a century old.
We're dealing with 109 years of buildup that has accumulated on his stone in that time frame.
It takes the right product, something called D2. It's what they use at Arlington National Cemetery.
The initial labor is the hardest part.
And the right amount of elbow grease.
People see me doing this and they're like, that is so tedious, because I restore them all by hand. But it's the only way to do it the right way. You kind of connect with each individual too. So it's really very personal for me.
He says the recognition this week is humbling.
It's actually a little embarrassing that I get any attention at all.
But he's excited that it helps spread the word.
I'm a storyteller.
So others can learn the proper restoration techniques and do it themselves.
This particular monument in about 3 months will look exactly like that one.
He says our troops are the nation's true heroes.
Not only are we celebrating those who served in the past and telling their stories, but I make sure that we constantly remind everyone that we currently are living and walking amongst heroes every day. Are we respecting them now, or are we going to wait until they're gone?
Reporting for The Now in Tampa, I'm Chris Welch.